And while he was yawning, I saw his mouth, right into his mouth. And there was this a sewage smell came out of his mouth, like you were when somebody just had a stinky dump and the toilet smell like shit. That's how it came out of his mouth. His mouth was so big, and all this smell was going around. And then I look at his teeth. He had only the four front teeth, like there one, two, three, four. He only had the four front teeth. I didn't realize that because it was the first time I saw him. He picked me up in the dark, and we weren't really speaking face to face at the moment. We were walking side by side. He was speaking, we're looking. I didn't realize he didn't have teeth. So he only had the four front teeth. And the bad smell of the sewage of the toilet, rotten poo and rotten this and rotten that. Another red flag I saw and I ignored afterwards. So basically, yeah, I started to call him to myself. I mean, myself, I would think like, oh yeah, when I would get angry with him later in a connection, we didn't have a relationship. I was just interacting, getting to know each other. I would say to myself when he's acting out, oh, he's toothless but not homeless. So to me, I never told people this, so I would just talk to myself at home when I'm angry. Oh, the toothless and not homeless man is still is acting out again, and I ignore all these red flags. This is the first date. Imagine how low my self-respect was, how low my self-esteem was, how low my boundaries were, to have on the first date all these red flags and ignore them. And God is yelling at me, this man is not for you. I am speechless, now recalling all these experiences. That the first day that man showed me all those red flags, I'm still speechless, thinking, how did I waste 10 months? I waste 10 months trying to, even not trying to change him. I thought he can change. I will change him before we get married, before we get engaged. So I kept interacting with him. And of course, another red flag, after 2 weeks of kind of interacting with each other, hanging around, you know, he proposed. This man proposed after 2 weeks. And this is a man who was 20 years older, maybe 15 to 20 years older than me. He looked old for his age also. Gray, he had gray hair and all these things. So, yeah, he proposed after 2 weeks. I mean, and now, do you know how he proposed? He invited me to have like a dinner. He invited me to dress up. He said, dress up, girl. You need to look good because I need to show you off. And we're going to a dinner to a nice place. And he took me to McDonald's. And he bought me a meal, and we were eating, and then suddenly he went. There were a lot of people there, and then he went on the sneeze after 2 weeks. Marry me! Marry me! On his knees in McDonald's in front of everybody. Marry me! And then he did his mouth so open, and you could see that he was toothless. Of course, he's toothless, but not homeless. Because a lot of men in Netherlands are toothless but not homeless, because Netherlands is a rich country. And he proposed without a ring. And I was so stupid. I thought he's so romantic. You did it in front of the world. Oh my God. Oh, oh God. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And that was my marriage proposal. In McDonald's after 2 weeks. Who's gonna propose after 2 weeks? No man of high value will propose after 2 weeks. No woman of high value will accept that. I was excited and I thought it was romantic. In McDonald's without a ring, and he was toothless. And then you can imagine what happened the rest of the interaction with this man. The man beat me. He choked me. He kicked me in my back. He beat me all the corners of the house. He ran behind after me with a knife, wanted to stab me. I had to hide in the toilet. I had to call the police because there was like the man wants to kill me. He wanted to kill me. I called the police, said the police, you need to help me because I'm locked in the bathroom and this man is chasing me with a knife. And then the man called police as well. And he was telling the police the same story, that I was chasing him with a knife. He was lying. And the police came. And of course, he looks older than his age. He's just outlived and old and gray hair. And the police thought that I was chasing him. And I was like, oh my God. And the first day, I saw all the red flags. Everything he showed me. That man choked me. He spit in my face, choked me, dragged me. He called me a whore. And all these things just... He wanted to run me over with a car. He was beating me. And you know what happened? He asked me for forgiveness and I came back. I gave him another chance and I gave him another chance and I gave him another chance. And he started to do it in public places. He would invite me to go sing karaoke and he would choke me in front of his friends, beat me in front of his friends, and nobody would help me. Even the security wouldn't help me. And imagine, we were not in a committed relationship yet. There was still the stages of me trying to figure out if I want to marry him. How the pee you are trying to figure out if you want to marry this man? How blind was I that the first day I had such a low self-esteem, that the first day he showed me everything. While we were interacting on internet, because we met on internet, he was so sweet. Talking, I sweetie, I sweet. He did not show me this part of him on chatting with words. No. He was so sweet. I douchey. I mommy. You're so sweet. I see. Sweet words, sweet talk, sweet talk. Until the first meeting.